Hello, welcome to my channel and welcome to the video. Today I'm here to tell another dream. If you're new to the channel, it's basically what I do. This whole channel is basically just me talking about dreams that I get from God. I'm very blessed to have them. I actually get them quite a lot. So I'm usually have at least a video or two a month, I would say at least, of a new dream I've had. I'm just really blessed that way. I am 18. I say that because people think I'm young to be getting so many dreams. But yeah, let's get into the video. So the reason I'm making this video is because I had another dream. So what happened is that there was this guy on YouTube. I don't exactly want to mention his name because I don't know if you would want me to. Um, but yeah, there's this guy on YouTube. He does a similar channel where he talks about dreams that he gets from God. He's a lot older though. He's like in his 40s or so. He's a lot older than me. But I had somehow come across one of his videos, and whenever I like meet somebody new that talks about dreams they had and stuff, I mean, I like to pray to know, like, I'm like, God, please show me if they're telling the truth. Please show me if this is like really from you, what they're talking about, or if they're not telling the truth. So today I'm here. The video that I'm talking about, he only made this like, it says it is 3 days ago, and he made this video just in case you want to go watch it. The title is Prophetic Warning. The Lord showed me more about the 350 million what's coming. That's the title of the video if you would like to go watch it. So this is the video I was praying, asking if this is true. Is this like something that I should be doing? I'm gonna just like kind of sum it up. In the video, he was talking about they had a dream where he was being told that some type of virus, like some type of sickness, was gonna be released, and it caused a lot of things. And he was told that people that are like obese is who it's gonna affect, like really bad. So in the dream, he was told to lose weight. And in the video, he goes on about how he started trying to lose weight. And you can even tell in the video that he's been losing weight. And I just didn't know if he's telling the truth. And like, I wanted to believe him because, I mean, he must be really serious about it because you can even tell in the videos he's losing weight. And in the video, he was like saying, he was like, if God tells you to do something, do it. And he's like, and he was going on. And so I prayed over that. And last night, I had a dream about it. And now I seriously do believe he was telling the truth. I seriously do believe he was telling the truth. So yeah. Let's get into the dream that I had. And so in my dream, I'm trying to remember. In my dream, I was at my house with my mom. And I mean, it would make sense my mom would be there because if you don't know, I have epilepsy, so I do live with my parents because of it. So yes, it makes sense my mom would be there. So I am with my mom, and she just like starts freaking out because I'm just like my lungs were like filling up with like it looked like water in my dream, and I just kept like throwing it up. And my mom did not know what was going on, so of course she rushes me to the hospital. She had rushed me to the hospital. I get to the hospital. My mom was not currently in the room with me when this happened. She was like in the waiting room or something. And I'm in the room with the doctor. And for some reason, there was like 3 or 4 doctors. And I had been strapped down. Yeah, they had strapped me down. I couldn't like get out of it. Like they had strapped me down. And I'm like confused. And at this point, I had stopped throwing up whatever that stuff was, which I believe it was just water. My lungs had stopped like filling up, and I had stopped like throwing up. So I am strapped down, and I don't know why I'm strapped down. Like I'm like no doctor has ever strapped me down before. It's like I'm like I wasn't planning to run away or anything, and I was just like that concerned me because I was confused why that was happening. So I'm in there, and these 3 to 4 doctors are just like looking at me like they're kind of scared, I guess. Like I'm kind of confused. Like what's going on? Like do I have some weird disease that I don't know about? Like what's going on? Anyway, so I see these it was like 3 or 4 doctors. They walk away from me, but little did they know that I could still hear them. It wasn't like the greatest, but I could hear them like whispering. So this is what I heard them talking about. I heard them say, they're like, I think she has the pill. I think she has the pill. And I'm like, pill question mark, because I could like kind of hear what they're saying. And I was like, pill question mark. And they're like just start listing all these diseases that this new like pill or virus caused. Like they were going over like cancer, Lyme disease, like all kinds of things. And I remember hearing them say this. I remember hearing them say this in my dream. They said it doesn't really. No, I'm trying to remember. They said, oh, this is what they said. I remember. They said it spreads faster if you are like big, like AK fat is what they were saying. And I was just listening to them about all these things it caused. And I realized at this moment, I realized why they had me strapped down. Because apparently, people that had this new like disease, it was causing them to act like kind of crazy, like to the point where they would actually like attack other people, and like they would even like bite people. It was like making them act crazy, and that's why they had me strapped down, because they didn't know if I had it or not. And even if I barely had it, they didn't know how long I was. And so I'm strapped down and I'm just listening to what they're saying about how it can cause all these different diseases. And in my dream they said it depends on your DNA. I remember hearing that. They said it depends on your DNA. And I kind of like heard this from them. It was like depending on your DNA, it's like what diseases you can get. Like for some people they can get this disease, but for other people, like let's say one person could get like a cold from it, but then somebody else has different DNA could get something much, much worse. So I'm like listening to them and I'm like, I don't think I was supposed to hear that. And so they come back, these 3 or 4 doctors come back and they tell me that I have a blockage. And the reason I was throwing up all that stuff is because the blockage was getting bigger and my stomach was trying to get rid of things to make room for it. And they told me if I do not remove it that I would die. So I get unstrapped from they unstrap me and they give me my own hospital room. And like my mom, I guess, knew what was going on. And I'm like super confused about what I heard them talking about and how I like wasn't supposed to hear that. I don't think how this like new disease or pill, as they said. And from what they were saying, I like they were going on about like how like it's supposed to like it's like a serious thing basically. Like it's a serious thing. And so I'm in this hospital room and I decide to leave because I was due to have the surgery the next day. I was supposed to spend the night at the hospital and I was due to have the surgery the next day. So I decided to leave and walk to my house. Yeah, I decided to leave and walk to my house. So I leave, walk back to the house. My mom's there, and she just starts freaking out. She's like, "Why aren't you at the hospital?" Like she's panicked. She's like, "Why the heck aren't you at the hospital?" And of course, she forces me to go back, even though I did not want to. Like I'm like, I don't want to go back. I'm like, the doctors and stuff are acting weird. Like I'm some type of science experiment or something, you know? So of course I go back because my mom told me to. And so it's the next day. It's a day. Oh, I forgot to mention. This is really, really important. I totally forgot to mention. When I walked from the hospital to my house in my dream, repeated the whole walk to like the house, just being repeated. Lose weight, lose weight, lose weight. That was repeated like the whole walk from the hospital to my house. That was very important. I forgot to mention it. But yes, in my dream, like the whole walk from the hospital to my house, I just kept hearing repeated. It was like God telling me, lose weight, lose weight, lose weight. So after I heard that, and I went back to the hospital because my mom told me to. It was the next day. I was getting ready to have the surgery, but then my mom wasn't there, and I go to I go to the surgery room because I'm like, why would my mom be there? I'm the one having the surgery. She was probably like outside waiting or something. And I go, and they freaking like lied to us. Um, like one of the doctors like came in. It was just like one doctor came in. The other 3 were like over there doing something. This one doctor comes that was gonna help like do the surgery on me, and I'm just like looking around. I'm like, this is not the surgery I'm supposed to be having. They lied to us and we're actually doing a completely different surgery. A completely different one. So the one doctor that came, he kind of was like explaining, I guess. He's kind of like, was kind of like, I guess you could say spilling the beans or whatever, and telling me actually what was going on. And so I'm not strapped down or anything at this point. I'm just like laying on the bed where I was about to have the surgery. And I'm like, I'm leaving. I'm like, they literally lied to us about what was going down. And now they're trying to tell me it's because of this new disease and all this. And I'm like, no, I'm leaving. Because, like, I had no idea what they were going to do to me. Like, they didn't know much about this disease from what I heard. And so I decided to just leave. So I left the hospital again. And this time when I left the hospital, I didn't head home. I did not head home. I was just walking, like, on the straight path. And while I'm walking straight, I passed by a school and a playground. And at this playground, there was some like event going on because it was like an elementary school, and there was a police officer there. Yeah, there was a cop there. He was just there for like, just like to make the kids happy. It was just like an event thing. And so I didn't know what to do, so I decided to go to this cop and explain everything that's been going down at the hospital, how they're trying to do like some weird experiment on me, and they told me I need this surgery, and if I don't, I'll die. So I go to the cop and I just tell him everything. I tell him everything that's going on, and then this is what the cop said. He said, "If you don't have the surgery, you'll die." Like, he was concerned, and he was just like, "If you don't have the surgery, you'll die." And so I just like kind of sit down. There was like a tree stump or something. Like someone had like chopped up a dead tree or something, and I just sit down where like the tree stump was, and I just tell him. Well, no, I didn't tell him. I remember now. I had said to myself in my head, I said, "This is what I told myself. I wish I could go back in time and just lose weight. None of this would be happening." And then right after I said that, right after I said, "I wish I could just go back in time and lose weight, none of this would be happening." I literally after saying that, God had like told me, this is what he like told me. He said, "You have a year and a half." That's literally like what God said. He said, "You have a year and a half." And then I woke up and I felt like that's just like what the dude was saying. That's just like what he was saying in his video, saying that there's going to be some new disease or something, and that he was being told to lose weight. And I really feel like that was confirmation from God telling me that yes, he was telling the truth. And so yeah, anyone watching this, I say lose weight. God told me we only have a year and a half until this new disease is released, which isn't that long. It is not that long. So like if you can try to lose weight any way you can, because whatever this new disease that is coming out, it's supposed to really affect people that are like obese or bigger. So like do what you can. If you can lose weight, I'm like, do it. God has told me. God has told that guy that made the video. This is for serious. This is a real thing. Um, I'm so blessed that I was given that dream, and I thank God for answering my prayer. Yes, I do believe that that guy's dream is true now. Because if God's telling me the same thing, I know, I'm like, yes, I really do believe he is hearing from God. So, yes, I hope you loved my dream of God telling me that we need to lose weight because there's a new virus that is supposed to come out. And he literally told me, he said, this is what he was like telling me. He's like, I have a year and a half to lose weight. And then I like woke up and I was like, I'm like, when God tells you something, you need to listen. It's not you need to dilly dally or whatever. It's not like when you go to the doctor and the doctor tells you do this and you don't do it. No, when it's God, you have to like do it. You just like have to. But yes, take my dream. I really did have that dream. I mean, I've had so many. If you want to see other dreams, you're more than welcome to watch them. They're on my channel. And I guess bye for now.